Good day, Chronicle for November 25, 2022. Crimea, in the vicinity of Armyansk, Russian air defense systems destroyed an enemy drone that tried to attack the local infrastructure. Belgorod region. Ukrainian formations fired at the villages of Stary Khutor, Biryuch and the village of Leninsky in the Belgorod region, damaging several civilian objects. Starobelsk direction. The situation in the Starobelsky direction remains unchanged. The transfer of people and equipment from the Kherson region continues. Artillery crews of the 14th Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, while targeting UAVs, are firing at the Orlyanka-Pervomaiskoye line. The Ukrainian military deployed one M142 HIMARS MLRS to Kupyansk. Russian troops fired back at the stronghold in Zagoruykovka. The Russian armed forces are conducting continuous fire along almost the entire line of contact. The lack of electricity and gas supply and a sharp cold snap created a critical situation in some areas. Soldiers on both sides began to get frostbite on their limbs. In the Leninsky section, the consolidated formations of the armed forces of Ukraine are strengthening their positions. In the Ruptsov area, Matrix UAV operators are being trained. At the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of Krasnaya Dibrava, a clash occurred between the units due to the lack of interaction between the newly arrived formations. Lugansk People's Republic. Ukrainian formations fired from barrel and rocket artillery at Svatovo. As a result of one of the HIMARS MLRS strikes, a local dental clinic was destroyed. Soledar direction. There are no significant changes on the front line. Fighting continues with the enemy in the southeast of Bakhmut and near the Bakhmut-Soledar highway. Donetsk direction. The enemy continued to shell the civilian infrastructure of Donetsk, Makivka, Gorlovka and other settlements of the Donetsk agglomeration. Zaporozhye direction. In the Zaporizhia direction, the command of the armed forces of Ukraine continues to transfer forces and means to forward positions. Over the past day, a convoy with more than 25 vehicles of various types passed through the village of Tursyanka in the direction of Orkov and Veselyanka. Also, air assault units of the armed forces of Ukraine arrived at the training ground in Vonyansk. Terror defense units of the armed forces of Ukraine have equipped observation posts to track the movement of military equipment of the RF armed forces in the area of Novoandreevka and Marfapol. Cannon and self-propelled artillery of the armed forces of Ukraine are shelling the positions of the Russian armed forces in Stepny, Pologa, Vasilivka, Mirny. Target designation is provided by UAV calculations. With a retaliatory strike, Russian artillerymen hit a stronghold in Orlyanka. Ukrainian formations continue to fire from the HIMARS MLRS at the positions of the Russian armed forces from a position area in a residential area in the city of Zaporozhye, Kherson direction. The Ukrainian command continues to transfer units from the Kherson direction. The armed forces of Ukraine believe that the Russian armed forces in the coming weeks will not have any opportunity to force the Dnieper. Therefore, almost all reserves are withdrawn from the Kherson region, leaving only one or two formations along the right bank. Part of the forces is leaving for the Kharkiv region, the other, for the Donetsk direction. From the Kryvyi Rog sector, the transfer of troops in the direction of Zaporozhye continues. Ukrainian formations depart in ground columns before a likely attack on Russian positions. The Russian sabotage group carried out a raid on the positions of the 3rd Battalion of the 28th OMB of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the Antonovka area. Immediately after the attack, the sabotage group of the RF Armed Forces fled the scene. The brigade command sent additional groups to search for her. In the waters of the Dnieper estuary north of the Kinburn Peninsula, reconnaissance groups of the Armed Forces of Ukraine continue to patrol on small boats. See you soon.